Rams go to Seattle to play the Seahawks. Seahawks just got gutted by the Bills, BJ. Not good. Not good scenes. Now, a lot of people who are casuals, who are red zone watchers, who only look at the box score are going to look at this game and be like, Seahawks are frauds. Bills are great. They're going to, end of the story. Now, not necessarily true. If you watch that game where Seattle played the Bills at home, you would have saw some missed opportunities. Now, of course, it is the Seahawks' fault, absolutely. However, if they clean up some of those, it's a whole different ballgame. And what I mean by that, talking about our first half of the game, Seahawks caused a turnover against Josh Allen. They picked him off. They got it in the red area. Seahawks offense was driving. Get him up to the goal line. 3rd and goal. Snapped right over Geno's head. Completely dead play. And they couldn't get a scoring play off. So that happened. Stuff like that happened, throughout the game. And it really prevented the Seahawks offense from really getting that momentum that they really needed. And I think that if those mistakes are cleaned up, which are very, very, easy mistakes to clean up, it's a whole different ballgame. And we could potentially be talking this week about the Seahawks either keeping it close and or maybe even winning that game. The Bills just capitalized on the Seahawks mistakes and then ran up the score when it got ugly late in that game. I'm pretty sure they had a last-minute touchdown off of a muffed punt return, so score isn't necessarily indicative of what the play was. So I just wanted to point that out. I'll get off my soapbox. That's what I saw from somebody who rewatched that game. Rams. Big news for the Rams. We saw Puka Nacua back on Thursday Night Football against the Vikings. After beating the Vikings last week and having a mini bye, they're coming in 3-5. This division is wide open. You think about, look at what the 49ers are doing. Look at what the Cardinals are doing. All of them are subtly around 500 right now. And so this is easily anybody's division in the NFC West. So I'll get off my soapbox. I've been talking a while. Before I give the numbers, the projections, whatever whatever have you, Beej, what's your thoughts about this game? Maybe not necessarily who you think is going to win, but what do you think is going to happen in this game? How do you expect the gameplay to go in this game?
Well, the first thing I would say is I hope it's going to be fast.
Yeah.
I know from the Seahawks side it's going to be fast, and there's going to be a lot of plays. From the Seattle side, hopefully that means from the Rams side too. One thing that's huge is both teams are almost back to full strength, at least on the offensive side. For this game, I believe DK is going to be back, so they'll have their normal trio with Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet, and then you also didn't mention that Cooper Kupp was back in the game with Puka Nacua, and
True.
The Rams have all their guys back too. So I think this will come down to if Sean McVay lets it become this shootout type of game, because they can run the ball as well with Kyron. So
yeah,
the spread's 1, and it's like it could go either way. Really,
1.5. You've won 1.5, depending on whether you look at it. And you're absolutely right. Like, this game is up for the taking. So the model actually has Seahawks -1 comparative to where Vegas has Rams -1. Seahawks are at home, big home field advantage there. So there's two things that kind of counteract each other here that I'm looking at. So Seahawks get the home field advantage. If they clean up the mistakes, they're going to be a very, very tough team to beat at home. Now, what else am I looking at? I'm looking at the coaching staff. You have, McDonald, who's really, he's a first-year head coach. He's been in the league, as an assistant, but first-year head coach. Ryan Grubbs, first-year coordinator. I think he was a coach in the league, and then he went back to college and then back to NFL. So he's been in the league before, but again, first big time play caller position for Grubbs, going against Sean McVay. We all know Sean McVay is one of the best to ever do it. Even though he's only been in the league for what seems like a couple of years, Sean McVay is brilliant. He's a veteran coach, and he's going to absolutely come with a game plan ready to go. He is sharp as all get out. So it's going to be interesting to see the coaching battle, the X's and O's, what kind of tacticals are both teams going to show up with in this game, and where those weaknesses and strengths are are brought out for both teams. So that's another thing that I'm looking at too. And obviously the Rams get the nod there. But, again, if Seahawks clean up the mistakes, I think they could pull out this game. What's it going to take, Beach? It's going to take good offense. Okay, so the Rams defense has progressively gotten better. It's not great. They are still bottom of the league in EPA and success rate. Now they've climbed up 2 spots where at one point they were dead last in both of those. They're now only 30th in the league, but they're getting there. Okay, so Seattle offense, we all know they are very, very solid. They're kind of middle of the pack, statistically speaking, on the advanced metrics. If we look at their EPA and success rate, they're 21st overall in EPA per play, 12th overall in success rate on the offensive side of the ball. So I think if they get DK Metcalf back, I think they can absolutely exploit this Rams defense that is getting better but still struggling in the league. But it'll be a question of can the Seahawks limit the mistakes, and can the defense hold off this Rams offense that is fully capable, fully back from injury, and ready to fire? What do you think?
I like to see what Matt McDonald can do, like scheme up against McVay on the defensive side, because he's a great defensive mind. It seems like everyone comes from the Sean McVay tree in the NFL. That's what it seems like, and so it's out there, a lot of tape on it, and I'd be interested to see what he has drawn up. I hope there's no defense in this game, and I think Seattle is a home divisional dog. Is that right?
Seattle is the home divisional dog, and that's the beach signal.
You know what that means. I'll take Seattle to cover the 1.5 at home. I hope there's a lot of points, and that's all I hope for.
Yep. No, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. I think this game is going to come down to the wire. I think a lot of people will be pleasantly surprised by, for those who only watch Red Zone, like I said, or only look at the box score, you saw what happened to the Seahawks last week. That's not indicative. I think this game is going to be much, much closer than that. However, give me the Rams, give me McVay on the crunch with Puka, Cooper Kupp, Kyron Williams to come in there and win in a close one, potentially even a last-minute field goal to end regulation. So it's going to be a fun one, though. That is the game that I'm sneaky most excited for, because I really do think that has the chance to be the highest scoring game on the slate. So definitely.